Flaxseed oil or fish oil, which one is the better source for omega-3? And if you're a vegetarian, what are the other options that you have beside these two? Let's decode the science of omega-3 in this video. Omega-3 is nothing but another category of fats. And in order to understand it really well, we have to understand what are the various categories of fat. Fats are essentially classified into two parts, unsaturated and saturated fats. These unsaturated fats are further classified into monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats. All of this classification is based on their molecular structure. Now, monounsaturated fats includes many varieties of fat, including omega-9, while omega-3 and omega-6 are polyunsaturated fats. Within omega-3, we have ALA, we have EPA, and we have DHA. And within omega-6, we have AA and LA. ALA and AA are referred to as essential fatty acids. They are called essential fatty acids because our body cannot make these fatty acids on its own. So it is important that we provide our bodies with these two kind of fats from outside. Now, before we go and order these products online and start consuming from tomorrow, we first have to understand if these fatty acids are already covered in our diet or not. Now, as Indians, we essentially consume mustard oil, peanut oil, sesame oil, coconut oil, and ghee on a regular basis. And each of these oils and ghee have all the kind of fats that we discussed just now. If you look at the table, you realize that omega-6 and omega-9 is what we get from peanut oil, mustard oil, and sesame oil. And saturated fat is what we get from coconut oil and ghee. And when it comes to omega-3, mustard oil has some amount of it in the form of ALA. If we are having some amount of mustard oil in our diet on a regular basis, omega-3, which is ALA, is covered to a certain extent, while LA, which is another of the essential fatty acids, is covered well if we are consuming any of these three oils. But the ALA that we are getting from mustard oil isn't enough. By now, we understand that omega-3 consists of ALA, EPA, and DHA. ALA is the only essential fatty acids because our body has a capability to convert ALA to EPA and ALA to DHA. The only problem is that the conversion is not very efficient. Only 5 to 10% of ALA gets converted to EPA and less than 1% of ALA gets converted to DHA. Our body does this conversion because EPA and DHA have various roles to play in our body. It is useful for our heart health, it is useful for our brain health, it is useful for reducing any inflammation in our body, and it is useful for our eyesight. Now that we understand the importance of ALA, EPA, and DHA, let's look at how much of each of these omega-3s are present within flaxseed oil and fish oil. As you can see from the table, flaxseed oil has a good amount of ALA, but there is no EPA and DHA in it, while fish oil has a good amount of both EPA and DHA. So if you are a non-vegetarian, it is a very good idea to add fish oil capsules in your diet or have fatty fish in your diet regularly so that you're able to provide that EPA and DHA to your body from outside. And if you're a vegetarian, you have a solution in the form of algae oil. Algae is a plant which is the key source of EPA and DHA to all marine forms. As you can see from the table, the amount of EPA in algae oil varies from 50 to 150 grams, while DHA varies from 200 to 400 grams. Different plants have different amount of EPA and DHA and hence the range. So in order to optimize all the three omega acids, which is ALA, EPA, and DHA, you should continue to have some flax seeds in your diet and include either fish oil or algae oil in your diet. So the next question is, how much of omega-3 in the form of EPA and DHA should we be taking on a day-to-day basis? There is no official recommendation on the amount of EPA and DHA that you should be having, but most health organizations recommend having somewhere between 250 to 500 milligram of EPA and DHA combined on a day-to-day basis. My recommendation is to start with a low dosage, do regular blood tests before you increase the dosage. The best approach is always to consult a physician before you increase the dosage further, because in some health situations, physicians may recommend a higher or a lower dosage of omega-3. Now, before you go ahead and buy the supplement, be sure that what you're buying is the highest quality. And there are three things you should be checking for when you're buying that omega-3. Number Number one is the amount of EPA and DHA. If the brand is not outrightly saying the amount of EPA and DHA in their fish oil or algae oil, you should not buy from that brand. You should also not be buying the product if the amount of EPA and DHA promised on the label is different from what some of the other third-party labs are reporting. The second thing that you have to check for is the amount of heavy metals. Because a lot of industrial waste goes inside our ocean, the amount of heavy metals is very high in these fishes. So unless the amount of heavy metal content is within the permissible limit, you should not buy the product. And the third thing you should look for is whether the omega-3 is oxidized or rancid. If the quality control is not very good, there are high chances that the product is oxidized, in which case it is not a useful product for you. If the brand's quality control is not very good, there is high chance that the product that they are selling might be oxidized or rancid, which is why you should buy from brands which can promise a high quality control. In order to ascertain the quality of product that you're buying is good or not, you can refer to channels like Trustified, who do independent testing of these omega acids and report through their videos if the product is good quality or not. Hoping this helps. This is Vivek signing off. Like, subscribe, share, and take care.